Hey everyone, Jim McIlvaine here. Optima Batteries asked me to check in with our friends to see how they're doing, so I'm going to have a FaceTime chat with Edwin Evers out in Oklahoma. Let's give him a call.
Hey Jim, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Awesome. And now, are we in your garage?
I think a garage would be a little more organized than this. We're in my shop, so yeah, you can see there's my truck, got my boat here, got a tackle behind me.
It does look like a shop where somebody can come in and buy just about anything they want to catch bass.
You know, when I get home from a tournament, you know, I keep my boat stocked with tackle, I keep my truck stocked with tackle, but when I get home, I've got to restock what I used. You know, sometimes I may be out on the road, 2 to 3 weeks, fishing back-to-back tournaments. So I just try to have it organized, because all the lakes are different. Some lakes are clear and I'll need more transparent baits like, watermelon candies or green pumpkins, and then some of the lakes I go to will be super muddy. So I need like sapphire blue or, it's all different, just times of year. So I try to stay organized. I'm going to throw it out there like I'm not as organized as I once was. When that tornado came through, it blew this whole wall off, and we've been finding tackle like a mile away out in the pastures. It blew both these doors out, and it was just a mess. So I still really quite hadn't recovered. That's one good thing about what all's going on right now is I'm getting a bunch of time in here to get it back, to being organized. Not only just a great family time with my son and my daughter and my wife, but also getting some really good organizational time.
So has anybody ever been in your tackle room besides you and maybe immediate family members?
Very, very, very few. Yeah, it's very few. My wife, when I got married, she didn't know much about fishing, and she's like, "What? You're going to build a 40-foot long tackle room in here?" And no, it's kind of cool. Let me take you in there. I haven't. It's one of those things I've kind of always kept under. I don't know. It's just my tackle room, and it's kind of a mess all the time. So I don't know. I get embarrassed showing it, but it's just a wall of tackle.
Holy cow!
And these are all, for the most part, hard baits on this side. I've got swim baits over here, some really big California type swim baits right here. Right now, I'm working on my spinner baits and buzz baits down in the very end. Like right here is just all hard baits. So I try to have it organized like this is all the same color, but they all dive different depths. So you can see up top, soft plastics everywhere. After fishing for 20 years, I collect a lot of baits. You guys kind of collect a lot of cars and tools and those kinds of things. I collect a lot of baits, so.
I would say bait is cheaper, except maybe not in the volume that you have in there. And hard bait, does that ever go bad, or it's good forever versus like a soft bait like a worm or a frog would go bad?
As long as they're in the package, the soft baits won't ever go bad. The hard baits, it's kind of neat. Some of those hard baits, I've got some that they're $200-300 a piece, and I wouldn't take $300. I mean, they're out of production. Some of that stuff, I've got some baits from back in the 70s that I kind of collect that stuff too, and they're just really good fish catching baits. They don't have those materials that they make them out of anymore. The old balsa bee crankbaits, and for the hardcore fishermen, they know exactly what I'm talking about, and they covet them. I mean, you go to eBay and you look at them on eBay, and they're just outrageously expensive. And swim baits are the same way. I've got some swim baits in here that I bought when I've been to Japan. That are I don't want to say out loud how much I bought them for. My wife would kill me.
So spin caster or bait caster for tournaments for you?
Both. We spinning reels. Let's say spinning reels. Spin cast is kind of like, I kind of think of that as like a Zebco 33. I'm just kind of looking right here. Like this right here would be my son's rod. It's just a Zebco 33. If you can see that right there, it's just a great starter rod and reel. When he was a kid, the spinning reels I use, that's all for like 6, 8, and 10 pound tests. I'll put 20 or 30 pound braid, tie a leader of fluorocarbon on it, and that's when I'm like finesse fishing. But I'm going to say the workload of everything I do day in, day out, it's all bait casting reels. 70% of the time, that's what I'm using.
So how many do you take with you on a typical trip when you're running a tournament? Is it And how many, is it like golf where you're only allowed a certain number of clubs in your bag? You're only allowed a certain number of reels on your boat?
No, thank God, no, because I went fishing yesterday and you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the deck. And then if I open the rod box, let's see what we got in there. I don't know, some tournaments are worse than others. It depends on how good I'm on the bite. I've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in there. If we go to this side over here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know, I may have 30 in the boat right now.
Wow. So tell me a little bit about your boat. You have a new one this year, and you have the one that you used last year. And how many seasons did you use that other one?
This is the boat from last year, so I've got roughly 200 hours on it. I'd have to turn on my Lowrance screen right there to see, but you can see it looks completely different when we take the wrap off of it. That's the neat thing about those wraps. They just truly protect it. You won't see any scratches or anything on it at all. But no, I use them one season, then I'll sell this boat. I've had a few people looking at it. The one thing I try to do to them before I sell them is I'll put new carpet in it. So it's got brand new carpet in it. And the reason I do that with the Optima carpet decals that you put on them, I'll have that Optima decal right here. And this is all faded, but when you take the Optima decal off, it's like brand new carpet underneath it, so it just doesn't match. I want it to look nice. But no, this is it.
You could leave the Optima decals on. We wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I could. I don't know, but the owners might like them too. I know. It's kind of a neat deal. I've got a group of guys that have bought my boats. Just they'll run them 8, 9, 10 years, and it's neat hearing the stories of how long those batteries last. Heck, I'll run them all year and then sell the boat, and those guys are like, man, I still got the same batteries in the boat, and they're coming back buying a new boat 8 years later. Just crazy stories it just goes to show how good those batteries are when you put a good charger on them.
So how does somebody, do they bid on it? Is it for sale on your website, or how do they get in touch with you if they want to buy that boat?
Yeah, just send me an email through my website. That'd be great. I'll just give them my phone number. That'd be great. Heck yeah. We'll take them out to the lake and give them a demo in it.
It's still out there if somebody wants a top-notch fishing boat. So tell me, you're not all just about fishing there in Oklahoma. You've got a pecan. Is it pecan or pecan? First of all, as a guy who has trouble with people pronouncing his last name, it's Evers, but everybody says Evers. Is it pecan or pecan?
It's pecan here in Oklahoma. In Georgia and Florida, they call it pecan. And no, the farm is, it's kind of a fun place to get to. Right now, the farm's doing really good. We had a lot of flooding last year. Out there on the farm right now, we're transplanting some trees. We've been putting zinc on the leaves.
So what do you do with them after you grow them? You sell them and you have different flavors, or what?
So what happens out at the Pecan Farm, I've got 3 varieties. They're improved varieties, which means the nuts are a little bit bigger, they're easier to crack, a little more tasteful. But those trees will produce pecans for many generations to come. It'll be something I'll be able to pass on to my son and daughter. We just harvest them every year. You shake them, and we let the best pecans go down the conveyor belt. And those are the ones we sell. I think we got about 13 different flavors, and I'm pretty proud of those because I love the jalapeno ones.
Jalapeno pecans. Ketchup is kind of spicy for me, so I think I'm going to pass on the jalapeno pecans. So how many days a year would you say you're on the water fishing and doing tournaments and things like that?
180 to 200 days.
What does a pro angler like yourself do when he goes to a lake he's never been before? Do you go to YouTube, or do you call up your friends that have been there, or locals, or how do you approach it?
Basically, in our tournaments, once they have announced where the tournament's at, everything's off limits. We can't get help. Like, if we had a tournament down on the lake that you live on, and you'd been catching 5-pounders every day, Jim, I couldn't call you. I mean, you may try to call me and say, hey, Edwin, I've been catching them on this. And I was like, Jim, whoa, you can't say nothing, because we try to keep it all a level playing field. So I do a lot of research. I'll go to YouTube, go to the internet. For me, after doing this for so long, I've got some filing cabinets with every tournament result, every tournament I've ever fished that I've just documented water temperatures, conditions, and I'll go back through my files and see when was the last time I was on that lake or a lake real similar to it, and that's a big help also. So it can get really extensive. I can spend a week just on the computer and going through files looking at stuff. to get ready for some of those events if I have the time.
But you take notes. Do you kind of have a notebook when you fish a body of water and update it with what worked for you and what you want to remember to do next time?
Absolutely. It'll be, I'll do that when I get home. So like when I get home, I'll print out the tournament, results or maybe print it off the internet. Then I'll make notes on it of, hey, this worked, this didn't. Next time if I ever go back, remember to check this area, or don't, this area here wasn't any good.
When's your next tournament? I know we've had some cancellations and postponements. If everything goes well, we're in the latter part of April. When we're going to see you back out on the water again?
I think if everything goes well, Jim, I think we're going to try to get back on the water in June. I don't know where yet. It's still kind of up in the air, but I'm hoping we get everything going back in June. That's kind of the talk right now. I'm dying, chomping to get back out there. That's just what I do. I love to do it, and hopefully it's going to happen really soon.
Well, I wish you the best of luck this season. I really appreciate you showing me around your shop and all the tackle you have and the truck and the boats and the pecans. It's a really cool deal you got going on, and I hope everything goes well and stuff opens up quickly.
Thank you so much, Jim. It's been a lot of fun showing you around.
All right, take care.